Hi, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Catherine. I am very thrilled to have with me two wonderful, outstanding women. First is Sarah Benken. She's the founder of the Notebook and Tribe. And we also have Debbie Esparza. She's the CEO of the YWCA of Metropolitan Phoenix. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It's good to see you both. So I want to talk to you about this collaboration on something very timely and important right now between the two of you. But before we do, Sarah, if you wouldn't mind just describing for folks what the No Book and No Tribe is all about and the mission behind it.
Sure. So the No Book was founded in 2017 right here in Phoenix, Arizona. We launched this initiative to be a collaborative, tangible book that features high caliber women from all different walks of life, all different histories, ages, races, backgrounds, everything. The goal of the Notebook is to bring more women to the table, and we use it as a resource guide for, in the community, who are the women you need to know and be doing business with. And then we actually built out a tribe within our members, so we get together for powwows and connection and collaboration and community outreach and so much more.
Some of the most phenomenal women I've ever been associated with. I'm proud to be a member of the 2019 book. For months now, Sarah, you've been assembling NO's diversity advisory team, which is more important now than ever before, as we know. What role is that advisory team going to serve, and how is it going to function within the No Tribe?
Well, part of what was really important, even just from the conception of No, was that we had women from all walks of life within our community and membership. So when I conceptualized our diversity team about 14 months ago, I knew it was going to be important as we grew beyond Phoenix into, we're now across the United States and Canada, that we really focus on making sure our efforts match, what the original vision is. And our mantra, lift and rise, we want to lift all of the women so together we rise, is so critical. So within our diversity team, I set out to find the best and the brightest, Debbie being one of them, to kind of join me along the journey of retention and recruitment, and how do we get more phenomenal, high caliber, dynamic women into our group and in the books, but how do we make sure all voices are being heard, all women have a safe place to gather, all voices are amplified. And that is really the work that we're doing inside of our No advisory team. There's seven of us, and they're from all different areas, all different socioeconomic backgrounds, races, colors. I mean, it's just such a beautiful gathering of great women who also believe in diversity, inclusion, and equity.
And these are conversations we've been having for several years now, so it's nice to see that there is this concrete team now in place. Debbie, you being one of them. You've had a long history of fighting for racial and gender equality. What are some of the short-term and long-term goals for No that you have for us to be able to continue this culture of inclusion? And I know it's fairly early in your position and in your role with this, but have you considered what plans you would like to implement?
Well, even just this morning, the teams spoke with Sarah and talked about some techniques for recruiting and retaining No Tribe members from all walks of life. And I am honored to be representing our brown, gay, Latina, members with the lived experience that's a little bit older than some of the others. So that, again, is diversity in and of itself. So just welcoming people's lived experience, creating the opportunity to inquire about folks and how their lived experience can be honored, and how your lived experience can be honored, because it really is individually connecting and understanding where you're at, as well as seeing how the other person and rightly so has honor in their lived experience as well. So tactics include making sure we know that folks can connect with each other in smaller groups. Definitely challenging during COVID, we talked about that, but also making sure that we know why people want to be a part of the No Tribe and why they want to stay, making sure that we're really clear on those kinds of things as well, so we can create more opportunities.
And what kinds of conversations have you had with people in response to your role with the No Tribe and this advisory team? What's been the reaction?
Yeah, the key conversation, I think, is that this isn't just something that Sarah's thought of recently, that this has been on her mind for quite a while. And as she looks at the collection of no books across the nation and Canada, we all know that diversity and inclusion is a strategic asset, right? It helps businesses grow, it helps communities thrive, and it really helps to see different perspectives on some of the things happening in our world. So those are kinds of like, so why is this happening? Well, because of those things. Diversity and inclusion is strategic. You know, it helps to shine the light on different conversations, and there's a way for us to collaborate together with our differences, because our differences actually unite us.
And you have been creating that conversation within the tribe, Sarah, for a long time, but especially in the last couple of weeks. How did you go about selecting the members for this advisory team?
Debbie, I actually targeted her. She was already, the day I met her, I said, hey, I need more than just you to be a member. And I mean, we have lots of those kind of conversations and kind of laugh about that. But so I knew that I wanted to have a diverse group of diversity team members. I needed it to be reflective of all, but also all geographic locations. So we have Debbie, who represents us here in Phoenix, but then we have someone in Tampa, someone in Sarasota. We have Bina, who's in Calgary. We have someone in Asheville, North Carolina, and Raleigh and Charlotte, North Carolina. So we wanted to make sure that we were represented in all geographic locations. We know that diversity really is, especially demographics wise, you know, depending on where you are, it varies. And I also sat out everything from, you know, you've got Debbie, who works for the YWCA and who's really made this a lifelong passion and dream and work. But then we also have Susan in Raleigh, who is an African-American former plastic surgeon. So she's a business owner. She's a Princeton graduate, highly educated. And then we have someone like Susan, who is, Shannon, who is in Sarasota, and she works in D&I, and she actually teaches white women about their own white privilege. So I needed the conversations and voices to be very different, but I knew that I needed really high caliber, high professional women who were not scared to have conversations, but were also had enough acumen to like have safe conversations, non-offensive conversations, so that we could be productive for our tribe.
And Debbie, you've been having these conversations for many, many years. We know that you've been an advocate for so long. So we're talking about things that are going to happen, implementations for within the No Tribe, but talk to me a little bit, Sarah or Debbie, about what our community, so say for example, Phoenix, what our community is going to, what impact the community might receive for what we're doing within the No Tribe.
I think it's a mirror of or a subset, if you will, of what is going to be happening in our community. Groups of people getting together, having dialogue and you know, I'm not sure who to attribute the quote to, but first seek to understand, then to be understood. So I think we're going to have communications, not just in the No Tribe, but throughout our communities, of people trying to understand, and I keep saying the lived experience or the situation or the oppression, the racism, understand what's happening for that other person, for the another, so that we can see what we do for ourselves to change the system. So I think it's just the beginning of, and the fact that Sarah's got the most brilliant women in the No Tribe, these are going to be very high caliber conversations talking about this. And again, showing my bias, the conversations that women have are typically the conversations that can create change. Because of the way typically women hold collaborative space, co-creation, really some respect for other, and women often hold the village, the entire village or the tribe, right? Not just the individual. So I think the No Tribe will very much be able to model that for our communities, all the communities that Sarah serves.
Yes, well, as Beyonce would say, we do run the world.
Well, there's that.
So real quickly, I do want to let people know that if they want more information about the advisory team or just the No Book, No Tribe in general, they can go to thenotribe.com, Sarah. And also, Debbie, as I mentioned, you've been such a strong advocate in our community for many, many years. So if they want to find out how they can get involved with the YWCA or reach out to you in any capacity, they can find you at ywcaaz.org. Ladies, thank you. I love what you're doing, and I'm so happy to be a part of the mission of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching Conversations with Catherine. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment while you're here. I'll see you next time.